So how's it feel to be back from the break, and then one more game on this side of that part of the season?
Yeah, it's nice to be back and kind of back into a routine and swing of things. I'm very habitual, so it's nice to kind of have that aspect back, and great to be back with the girls. It was fun to obviously go to the Olympics and have that opportunity, but it's always nice to come back here. So,
how did that game against one of your former teams sit with you last night? That Liberty loss.
Yeah, I mean, it was just not a good game. We didn't play well on either side of the ball, defensively especially, and our transition defense wasn't good. So wasn't up to our standards, and we know that, we need to be better, and we watched some film on it today. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the season goes on, and there's another game coming up tomorrow, so you got to flip the switch, but learn from it at the same time.
What was your takeaway from the longer than usual film session?
I think for us, it's visual learning is a big thing. So going back and looking at the things and being able to say, okay, we're going to watch film, and it's not going to be a comfortable film to watch. There's going to be a lot of mistakes that you see, and some of them will be yours, some of them will be your teammates. Being able to sit in there and say, this is what happened. Why did this happen? What do we need to be better at? What was communicated in this moment in terms of communication on the court, coverages, and where can we be better there? So a lot of it was hard to watch in that sense, but good in the sense of you need to see it and know that that's not how you want it to look ever again.
Yeah, I don't want to reveal any private information, but I feel like it's kind of all hands on deck at this point of the season, with the amount of active players you have. Is that a fair statement that people just got to get in there and maybe even play out of position a little bit and just help the team as much as possible?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you can do is play with the people that are available, right? And it's the same thing on the other side. Whenever those injury reports come in, you can only play who's there on the court. So for us, it is definitely all hands on deck. Everybody's got to step up, whether it's in the role that they are playing now, a little bit more than what we need from them, and sometimes might be a little bit out of position, but that's the reality of it, and these are the players that we have dressed right now. We have to do a better job and put out a better performance.
Last one for me. Where do you feel like your shot is right now?
I guess you're thinking about it more than I am. So
okay.
I mean, I've missed a couple of them. There's only two options when you shoot the ball. It either goes in or it doesn't, and it hasn't gone in. So I had some tight rims at the Olympics. They didn't go in there, and then I shot 1-3 yesterday and missed it. Made every other shot I took.
That's true.
Yeah.
How coach talks a lot about how they don't want to coach effort, right? As players, what is it that is kind of maybe the missing piece that has allowed for him to have to coach that more than he'd like?
I mean, I can speak for myself in the sense of, I've only ever known to be able to stay on the floor with effort, and so that's kind of how I try to play and to play hard. And I just think there's been times where the effort hasn't been there in the way that we needed it to show up, whether that's on the ball initially in our defensive point of attacks or on the back side of the ball and being in help side. So just being a little bit more proactive, being more able to dictate more what the offense is doing. Not necessarily sure, everybody's got their own individual stories and different things going on in their lives, but at the end of the day, this is a job, and this is where we come every day to do our job. I'm pretty lucky to have it. So we just got to play harder.
Chicago kind of had a similar situation last night as well. How do you combat that, knowing they have those bad feelings coming to this game as much as you do as a team as well? How do you make sure you're prepared for that?
Well, I mean, I think if you look at it, you go through the scouting report, you're going to say, these are the things that they do statistically well, the things that might be their weaknesses statistically, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to play harder than them. And with this Chicago team especially, extra effort on the offensive glass is a big piece of their game, and that's literally purely effort. So, trying to combat that and doing an understanding that everybody in this league is desperate to get wins, especially the teams that are kind of at the bottom of the standings, and so you have to come out kind of with a more of a desperation, for lack of a better term, to go out there and play harder than the other team, get a win that way.
What did you find most enjoyable, or that you found yourself appreciating more, maybe than in the past, about this most recent Olympic experience?
It was hard. We had 2 of 3 medalists come out of our pool, so for us it was a difficult situation to be in with Canada. I think, I'm appreciative of all the time and the effort that goes into it from my teammates. I know my own story, but each and every one of us has their own story as individuals, as athletes and human beings, and grateful to have had the last opportunity to play with Natalie Achonwa. It's been a long journey with her in the last couple of years, so it's been great to see her kind of step into the new roles that she's had to play, the leadership roles, the role as a mother now, and to be able to have that experience with her. But I'm grateful to always have the experience with my teammates and being out there. And though we would have loved a different result, and there's a lot of things that could have gone better, you take it for what it is, and that's the opportunity to play in the Olympics. Not a lot of people in the world can say they played in one Olympics, let alone 3.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.